So today's makeup probably looks really good because I got it done by a makeup artist here in Korea. So I actually went to Mepci because I had to do a profile photo shooting with CJ So they basically booked an appointment at Mepci, and I learned a lot while I was getting my makeup done. So I thought I would share this knowledge with you guys. So on my way home, I came up with a list of 10 things that I learned from makeup artists. In Indonesia, Ryan gave me such great tips, and I've been following some of the things that he taught me then. I took a course with Son and Park Son, and I got my makeup done last week for a video shoot, and then today for the photo shoot with CJ. Ryan and Mr. Son are obviously very famous makeup artists, but the shops that I went to in Gangnam, they are in charge of doing a lot of idol makeup. So for today, I went to Mepci, and Mepci is actually in charge of doing IU's makeup, Girls' Day, Harry, CL. They've done a lot of celebrity makeup, and that's why I wanted to share some of the, I guess, 꿀 tips, so the sweet tips that I learned from them. So hopefully this is helpful for you guys. Some of them might be common sense, but I still wanted to put them on this list anyway because it is basically something that I learned during my YouTube career, because it might be helpful for you guys. So let's get started. I know this is a makeup video, but we're gonna start with skincare. And when makeup artists start with toning and applying essence and lotion and sunscreen, I just really appreciate that because I care about skincare a lot. So a lot of you guys might be like, of course, duh, but there were instances where I would walk into shop and they would ask if I applied anything, and I would say, yeah, I just did the basics, and they will just go straight into the makeup. And that is a big no, because on my way to the shop, I might have collected some dust, or I don't know. It's important to start with a clean base, and when makeup artists don't tone and redo the skincare, I get kind of nervous because I know my makeup won't last whenever they do it that way. So today, the makeup artist started off by toning my face with a cotton pad, and there was, of course, dust transferred. So I was like, yes, she's doing it correctly. And then she applied toner and then essence, and the way she did it was she would pour some onto her hand and she would gently tap everything in, and then instead of just applying everything at once, she just kept layering it over and over again. And she did that with lotion and sunscreen so that it won't be thick. And she was basically saying that this is the best way to do so, otherwise the foundation and the skincare won't mix well. And so the second tip is to wait 5 to 10 minutes for your skin to drink up the skincare. I've been following this tip for some time now, but there are those days when I'm in a rush, and I do notice a difference in how my foundation looks when I wait 5 minutes or on days when I don't wait. Tip number 3 is to use 1 drop of foundation. So this is actually a tip that I learned from Mr. Son, and I think he named his foundation after the 1 drop concept. Instead of applying all the foundation at once, you can layer it throughout the makeup application process. So you can apply the first drop in the beginning, and then maybe for extra coverage follow up with foundation at the end. And I really like this because you definitely don't want your skin to look cakey, and I really hate when there's like all these lines from having too much foundation on and so much movement from talking and laughing. So try to use as little foundation as possible, and if you need that coverage, follow up with another layer after you give it some time for your makeup to set onto your skin. So that is a tip that I learned, and yeah, it's not about covering everything at once, it's really about covering and layering it, kind of like skincare. Next, I wanted to talk about the colors that are in for fall. It's not really a tip, but she did mention that oranges are really in because it is autumn, and the MLBB and My Face But Better look has been super trendy. And since she she does do makeup for a lot of girl group idols. She did say that glitter is super in, and that is so true because Sunmi had glitter in her hair, and if you do look closely at the makeup of a lot of girl group members, they do have a lot of glitter. And so yeah, that's not really a tip, but I just wanted to quickly say that that is the current trend here in Korea. And she did also say that trends are different for everyone because one person might not like pink blush and one person might like orange blush. Everybody has different preferences, so it is really hard to keep up with the trends here in Korea, but at the end of the day, it's really about what you prefer. I actually filmed a get ready with me with Ashley for her channel. If you haven't watched, click up there. But at one point, she busted out a stick and a lighter. So basically, she burns the edge of the stick and she basically curls the lashes after applying mascara. Every Korean makeup artist that I have gotten my makeup done by, they always do this. And she also gave me a bag of Q-tips with the wooden ends. So the next tip is to always have Q-tips. So Q-tips are great for applying makeup, concealers, as well as fixing up the makeup throughout the day. And she used so many Q-tips while she was doing my makeup, and I was like, oh, Q-tips, very, very helpful, very useful. And yeah, so now I'm going to have these in my bag at all times. The next tip is kind of new for me. I learned it today, and it is the hairline. So if you look up closely, you can probably see a darker hairline, and she started from inside and then slowly started to apply the hair powder. And I have seen the hair powder products on the shelves. I just didn't see the importance of it. Contouring your face is important, but if you also apply the powder around your face, you can kind of create this she used the Korean term, but you can make your face look like an egg. Very slim, and you can adjust it however you want. And she was telling me how important this step is, and I just never thought of this, so it might be helpful, so I wanted to include it in today's list. Let's talk about concealers. I used the liquid concealers, the pot concealers, stick concealers, and I just gradually stopped using them because concealers, they are quite thick, so whenever I apply it on the pimples or like scars, I did notice that it would kind of accentuate that, so I just stopped using concealer overall. But makeup artists, they use these really tiny brushes, and they basically apply the concealer and use their fingers to blend everything together. And I have seen makeup artists do this as well as my friends. After seeing the makeup artist conceal my freckles and acne scars and discoloration using this method, I decided to bring out my smaller brushes and use concealer that way. Basically use a eyeshadow brush or lip brush, whatever you want, just a very thin brush, and apply a little bit of concealer and then blend using your fingers. Yeah, it's very quick and easy. I just never really thought about doing it on my own, but now I know. This is something I need to get in the habit of doing, but always apply lip balm in the beginning of your makeup routine. So all makeup artists tend to do this. They start with Vaseline or any other lip balms, and then they would put my face on, and at the end they would apply the lipstick. A lot of makeup artists, they like to mix foundation and mix lipsticks, and today's makeup artist, she basically started with a tint using an eyeshadow brush, and then she applied using a lipstick. I'm actually using this lipstick from Mamonde right now because I really like this MLBB dusty rose color. But yeah, they followed up with a lipstick after applying a tint or a lip balm. So always get in the habit of starting with a lip balm because you definitely don't want dry lips. The The final tip that I have is always carry around a translucent powder. So this is helpful for shoots because you might start looking oily because of all the flash, or throughout the day you might like want to touch up. And Ryan actually recommended this product to me, and he was fixing my makeup during the Vaseline photo shoot, like using this all the time. So I actually went ahead and bought this myself when I went to Sephora in the States. But yes, having a translucent powder, even when you're filming a video, I always like to have this in front of me because I might want to touch up while filming. So always have a translucent powder. This is the best way to fix up your makeup throughout the day. And yes, this is a holy grail powder of mine. Of course, in the morning, I do use loose powders, but it's a lot easier for me to take around a pressed powder like this one. And yeah, I really like the Fenty Beauty one, so you have definitely seen this before, so I'm just gonna stop talking about it now. So those are the 10 things that I learned from the celebrity makeup artist. Before wrapping it up though, I did want to mention some of the brands that I saw a lot of whenever I went to these shops or got my makeup done. In Korea, they love MAC and NARS because the makeup is super pigmented. In terms of Korean makeup, they like Espor, 3CE, Mamonde, and there was one more, Clio. So I saw a lot of those brands, and for Ryan, I actually asked him and he liked IT Cosmetics, Maybelline, and Fenty Beauty. So yeah, those are great makeup brands, and I actually went ahead and bought some of the ones that they recommended. So yeah, I hope you guys found this video helpful, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Bye!